EA Sports College Football 25, it launches in about 20 days. And it's going to be a holiday. There's no two ways about it. It is the biggest thing happening in the college football space. Whether you play or not, understand it's a huge deal. It's a tsunami in terms of a lot of things. So I want to touch on this for a second. But first, the power ratings shook you guys. Thursday, I talked about the offensive and defensive ratings they had released. Well, they released just outright team power ratings. I think it was Friday. This is the way teams will be ranked in the game. And I am in Nashville, Tennessee. So for the next couple of minutes, I just need to go full Rocky Top. I need to be a Tennessee homer. I don't know what's happening. I honestly don't know what's happening. Tennessee was not a top 25 offense. Tennessee's not a top 25 defense. Tennessee is not a top 25 team in the rankings. Is there probation in the game? Like, is Tennessee legitimately on EA probation? Is that a thing, Jesse? I haven't played the game in a while. Is that a thing? I don't know what other explanation there is. So Tennessee has their own just barrel full of issues to figure out between themselves and this game. Either the folks at EA know something about this year's Tennessee team that none of us know, or this is going to be like an entire Denny's worth of egg on the face of the fine folks who we love that are responsible for such things at EA. Secondly, guess who is in the top 25? Guess who's in the top 20? Colorado's up there. Colorado number 16. Josh, that's just a marketing ploy. Maybe it is. Like I just said, I'm not sure. Perhaps the folks at EA know something about Deion Sanders' team that none of the rest of us know. If Colorado's a top 20 team, I sure don't know that. So Colorado's up there. Ole Miss at 15. I mean, I am to believe that if we were to take the neutral field implication here, that Ole Miss and Colorado would be a virtual pick'em on a neutral field. We all know that's insanity. But if EA Sports rankings hold up, that would be the case. That would be a big headline. Clemson's at number 6. Clemson is the top-ranked team in the ACC. And I am trying to... So Florida State's at 12, Miami's at 13. So Clemson, a 90 overall, right there with Texas, Notre Dame. Fascinating stuff. But that's not the only reason I wanted to talk to you about this tonight. I can't overstate the impact this has on the absolute youngest of generations. So any given cycle in college football, there's a group of people age 10 to 17 or 10 to 20 who are in their first generation of really being a college football fan enough to where they understand what's going on. Well, the past couple of generations, they didn't have the game. And video games serve as a front door for a lot of people who otherwise would just never find college football. And I know if you don't play this stuff, you don't understand that. Folks who play it know exactly what I'm talking about. You assume that if there's a 13-year-old kid out there who picks up this game this year and ends up becoming a diehard college football fan because of exposure to the game, you may assume, oh, he otherwise would have found the game anyway. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. The way media works in the modern age, even though there's a lot more of it out there, therefore you would think there's more chance for you to be exposed to or interact with a thing, is it actually creates just bigger ISO chambers. So algorithmically, big tech platforms find out what you like, and they serve you a whole bunch more of that. So you're getting more thrown in your face, but it's just reinforcing more of the same thing. And so I'm saying that to say there are a lot of kids out there that if the algo doesn't pick up on the idea that they want college football, it'll never give it to them. They're not watching traditional linear television, so they're not going to see advertising the same way that you would have seen it 30 years ago via a commercial or a billboard or whatnot. Video games are a door for a 13-year-old to find his or her way into college football that otherwise wouldn't have existed. Quantum impact on the sport and its watchability, but also it comes with a downside. And I'm preparing you for this now. It's going to hurt us all. We're going to have to cope because it is a necessary evil. You will never have seen a flood of people questioning play calling more than they will this year in college football. And it will not matter that they cannot talk their way out of a wet paper bag when it comes to actual chalk talk X's and O's. These are people who believe that because they just beat NC State 27-20 playing as Virginia Tech on EA Sports CFB25, that they called a game. They chose the plays. Therefore, they did virtually the same thing that an offensive coordinator does in Lane Stadium on Saturday. Some of you are laughing. You should be. It is a joke, but I'm not joking. It's coming back. Now, people have always questioned play calling, but for this game to have been out of the ether for a while, it gave us several years where people questioning play calling mainly just came from folks who think they know more than they really do. But now you have a mechanism that's going to reinforce the idea that they know more than they really do. So questioning play calling, I think, will increase 300 or 400% this year online. It'll mainly be online. And so I have this entire concept, and I'm just waiting. I got coordinators that listen to the show. I'm just waiting for one of you guys whose head coaches allow you to talk. If you want extra money, not that you guys are hurting for it, but if you want extra money, I have an idea for a show where you confront fans who legitimately are willing to question your play calling to your face. And it's no filter. It's no holds barred. I'll get the thing sold by tomorrow if any of you are willing to do this. But I want you to just school people who are willing to be schooled. They're asking for it. This is like the old Pros versus Joes show that they did, where you found these folks who legitimately thought they could hit major league pitching, or they legitimately thought that they could tackle an NFL running back in the open field. Make them prove it. And so in this world, you got folks who want to question your play calling. Make some extra money off dunking on them. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year for us all.